Welcome 6th grade honors math families. My name is Andrea McCoy and I am the middle school STEM instructional coach. What that means is I work with math, science, and project lead the way teachers at all 3 middle schools. And I'm the one who will be leading this course this summer. You can see my email at the bottom of the screen, and that is going to be your best way to contact me if you have any questions this summer. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the summer course. First of all, it is all in Canvas, every piece of it. So all the links will take you from Canvas to another portion, but it's all in Canvas. We utilize questions, text, and examples from the Springboard Mathematics textbooks. This is what's used in the middle school courses as well. We'll also use IXL, which is used often in middle school's honors and general courses. These are primarily practice problems for students and provide that instant feedback. My last recommendation is that students have a math notebook, sometimes referred to as a summer journal in the course. There's often times where we'll say, okay, write down this example or write down this definition. Those things will help them answer questions and can help them in future lessons as well. So how much time is this going to take? Isn't that what we're all asking? Well, this is a year or more worth of math content packed into one summer course. So based on what class your student has been placed in, that can be a lot of information. Each lesson takes approximately 30 to 45 minutes. It is truly a range based on student background knowledge and each particular lesson. If you feel like your student is spending an excessive amount of time on one lesson, please reach out to me by email. It shouldn't be like they spent 3 hours on this one lesson. That is not our goal. Our goal is to help them understand that so that they don't have to spend that much time. So please feel free to reach out. Also, if you're planning some time management, the end date for this course is July 14th. So there's about 30 lessons, 25 to 30 lessons in each course, and each lesson takes about 30 minutes. So keep that in mind when you are planning. Let's start out with how to access Canvas. The easiest way is to go through the Washington Township homepage, and then in the top right corner, there's the circular button here, and that is Canvas. I always bookmark this, so it's really easy to access every time, but you can always get it from the home page as well. When you get into the course, this is what you'll see on the front page, and I will walk you through all of this, but I wanted to point out some features to you. One, there are buttons on the front page so you can access each unit. Unit 1 might have 7 lessons, Unit 2 might have 3. So this is more based on the course textbook and not as much based on an even distribution of unit lessons or time. They are to be completed sequentially. So you need to start Unit 1, Lesson 1, and you have to work through it in that order. You will see there's a link for the syllabus so you can see exactly what that looks like. You see my face there, and underneath that is my contact information as well. Each lesson structure is set up the same way. So every single lesson, all 30 have the exact same pages. On this table, I have laid out what the page name is, what content is on each page, and if you need to take an action in Canvas. So first off, the introduction page has the learning target written out, what textbook pages go over that learning target, and a link to those pages. We will go through this though. Okay, so we'll go into Canvas and I'll show you just what it looks like on there. You don't have to take any action in Canvas on this page. This is just information for you. Then we go to the notes page next. This has videos, guided textbook practice problems, and you don't submit anything here, but you will have to mark this as done with a little check mark. Practice page. This is where you're actually submitting answers, and you get 3 attempts, you get instant feedback, and you get direction on where to go if you got the question wrong. IXL page, this will send you to the IXL website it tells you your SMART score goal. And you have to mark as done on this page in Canvas. The last place where you have to do anything is the assignment page, and you get one attempt. Some of these are multiple choice, some are essay, so at times you'll get instant feedback, other times you won't. If you don't get instant feedback, I do go through and grade those and provide feedback to your student. The last page of the module just tells you that you're finished and you're ready to move on to that next lesson. So let's go ahead and check it out. So I am on my Canvas page, and this is the home page. As I referenced earlier, here is the syllabus for one of the courses. So this isn't every course, but you can see, as I mentioned earlier, that some units have a lot of lessons, some units have significantly less, but you can see all of these from the beginning. I'm a checkmark person, so I would always write those out and check them off. That's how I went through it. Made me feel good when I could check things off my list. So you can see my contact information is down here as well. Let's say I want to get started with Unit 1 and then Lesson 1. And so Lesson 1, this is that introduction page that we talked about. So it gives my learning target, and it also gives the textbook information as well. I have embedded screenshots, example problems, all sorts of things from the Springboard textbook so that you wouldn't necessarily have to open this textbook page. The goal for that is that I don't want you to have to worry about flipping between screens. I wanted it all to be on the Canvas screen. However, it is there for your reference. So this tells you exactly what lesson number you're looking at and exactly the link to the textbook. So this is Unit 1, Course 1. If I move to Unit 2, Course 1, you would see, you could click on the link and it would open up a different textbook. So it's not all in just one link. It goes with the lessons. So the link that's there goes with the lesson that's listed. So let's see what that would look like. The one thing I want to point out to you is that the page numbers are in the bottom corner, and I know that these are a little chopped off and a little hard to read. However, those page numbers may differ from the page numbers in your PDF browser, so I'm always going off of the page numbers that are written on the actual textbook. So I would scroll down to page 11. On page 11, it's going to match. Hello. Lesson 1-3 is the same as lesson 1-3. You see the content says multiplying decimals. That matches my learning target of multiplying decimals. So this just sort of tells you what the unit is and where it is located in the textbook. Next, we go to the notes page. You can see there's things where it asks you to write in your math notebook. Your math notebook, like I said, I'm not collecting those things, so you don't have to write down exactly word for word what's here, but it should help you. Also, we have some short videos that will help you get through the content as well. Occasionally, there will be practice problems, so I'll give you a practice problem. You work it out on your own using your math notebook, and then you can check your work. So I go ahead and click on the link. It takes me to the example worked out with explanation. It also says where you can find that example in your textbook. I'm going to click here, and it takes me back to this page. Part of the reason I want to go back to this page is because it asks me to mark as done. And the reason it asks me to do that is in the top right corner, I have that option. So I click check. And that tells me as a teacher that you've completed that component. And then I hit next at the bottom. Okay, this takes us to the practice page. You can see at the top that there are 2 questions in this practice. There's normally not a ton, and there are 3 attempts allowed. So I hit take the quiz, and I'm going to go ahead and just fill in some answers. And I hit submit. Once I hit submit, it will tell me what was correct and what wasn't. Sometimes it will say things like watch this video here, and it tells me specifically what part of the video to watch. Sometimes it will tell me to reference a textbook page or to go back to my notes page and reference the video there. But you have 3 attempts, so you can take the quiz multiple times. After you take the practice quiz, then you do some more practice using IXL. Tells you the SMART score. Each SMART score is different. So this one says 75, the next one might say 60, the next one might say 85. So pay attention to those. When you go to IXL and you click that link, it will take you straight to the multiplying decimals page once you are logged in. And you are looking particularly at the SMART score over here in the bottom right-hand corner. When you've done that, you come back to the Canvas screen, click Mark as Done, and then choose Next. Finally, we are at the assignment page. You would hit Take Quiz, and you would choose to answer the questions and hit Submit, and it would provide you with a score. I clearly got them wrong because I didn't answer them. But then I would hit Next, and I would get to the finished page. I would then have the option to move to lesson 2, but I had to go through all those things first to get to lesson 2. A couple of last things about the course before we wrap up. Last part is office hours. So office hours start on June 2nd, and they are finished when the course is over on July 14th. You can see my times for Wednesday and Thursday, but please send an email to the email address at the bottom if you'd like to set up a time, and then I would send you a Zoom link, or we could talk via email as well. Please let me know if you have any questions during this process, and have a great summer.